Alright guys, we're back at Pecan Grove here. The spaghetti squash have run their course. They're turning hard on us. You can tell your fingernails won't stick in them. They're hard on the outside there, so that means they're ready to go. Now all of them may not be 100% ripe, but we're going to go ahead and take them all because the vines are gone and we want to just clean this mess up. And it's going to be a booger, but I'm going to kind of try to figure out, Miss Wanda wove all these things in here when they were growing, and I'm going to try to figure out what plant went with what. I know there's a plant right here, because I see it right here. There's no Electroculture with it. And I know there's a spaghetti squash hanging right there. Now I'm going to try, you want to cut the stems as long as you can get. You don't want to cut them short. And I know that, let's see, there's one going over that way. Here's another spaghetti squash. We're going to cut it kind of long. I'm trying to keep this is growed all up in our deer fencing here.
Now this one had no Electroculture.
Has none. Now there is still a little bit growing out here on the fence, but it's going to die now because I pulled it up. We're going to get this one out of the fence. Technically, that one I just pulled up only had a small amount of vines with it here because it didn't really go anywhere.
It was small. It never really grew.
Very little. That's all of it right there. That was all of it. This stuff we saw growing up here that we thought was this one, I actually just cut this one off back here.
So it runs to the next.
It was way back there.
So only two off that first one.
Only two. The thing about these are, these root where the squash is at too, on the vine.
So you got to come all the way back to, here's the Electroculture. Right here, and here's the base of the plant.
Here it is right here.
Did you find another one?
I found, this is the base of the plant right here.
No Electroculture.
No, this one has nothing on it.
So.
Okay, one of these vines are headed in that direction.
And there's nothing on it.
Nothing on it.
I mean, that big and nothing on it.
Not a squash. Okay. This one.
You got to pull it out from under it.
Kind of. This is a little bit.
Nothing on that one.
Nothing on that one. Oh, I see two of them done fell off here.
But they were on this vine.
They were actually on this other vine here.
Oh.
Because I was trying to leave them. They're so intertwined here. This is why you don't wrap your stuff together.
Miss Wanda made a mistake. But actually this is going back to the Electroculture right here. And look at this compared to the two he just pulled up. All right, this one was on the one you just did, or is it?
I'm trying to sort them out here to kind of.
Because this one is one of them.
The trindles is wrapped around them is what it is.
Yeah.
This is the one I just jerked the squash off of right there.
Yeah, and that goes back to the Electroculture.
It was literally right here.
So that was.
It was hanging right there.
And this one was right there.
Okay.
You got a couple of small ones under there on the one you got. And then a small one under here.
This is still part of that plant. I broke it off. Okay. So right now, oh, they keep falling off. They are
ready
to come off because they keep just dropping off.
There's another one.
Another one right here.
All right, two off the first one, and then the others come off the next one. Let's sit them. Hand me those two that fell.
These two are right up there.
Those 5 go here. Put those together.
That's the next plant.
Okay, 2 off the first one, 5 off the second one that was. Now this is the Electroculture one. Goes,
yeah, it goes
all the way to.
It's right here.
There,
There it is right there.
Okay, so we got to hang on to the rods.
Yeah, we don't want to lose the rod. I'll tell you what, I'm going to put them right there by that boy.
Well, that was pretty good. You
Tell
did.
me I ain't good.
Look at that. Now, is it on the south side?
No, it's on the north side. But
okay, so we got to move it.
Okay. Now, we got to look here because this one's going on back down yonder.
Yes.
All this plant.
So you got to figure out which way it goes. And
this plant all goes in this direction. Here it is. Okay, it all goes in that direction. We got one little vine right here, has nothing on it, so we'll strip it out to the side. This one has nothing on it. This is one going down here somewhere. It's coming all the way through here.
Here's your next electroculture right here.
Okay. I think if I cut some of these leaves off,
you can make it happen.
Actually, I mean, let's just look at it before I sit here and try to unweave all this stuff.
Yeah.
I've got one there. I got one right here that has no electroculture. So
look how small.
Hold on, let me get the vine. Oh, that one just fell off.
The vines are definitely dead.
Yeah, the vine. Let me pull this one up.
But look how small these are.
Okay, let's see what goes where.
There's 3 on it that you can see.
This is one right here.
I see that. That one may go to the other one.
Okay, this one goes here.
Maybe it's got just a couple on it.
All right, it's way on down in yonder. We're
Which one's which?
there we go. I've got it now. Okay.
Okay, now the one that you got a hold of is this coming off of this,
yeah, it's going down yonder, but let me see.
Which one's which?
Let me go ahead and let me take them off just one at a time so I don't have this weight hanging on me here.
Well, there's
that
one
actually came off of that plant too.
Under your feet.
Oh, that stem was hard.
It's definitely ready.
Let me get rid of these.
So
right here. This one goes with it.
okay. And all
That's
this, and look at the vines that nothing was on.
There's nothing on all this.
Okay, now you're getting into your next plant. There you go. All right, now the one with the electroculture.
That would have been this one here.
Yes.
That's this one here.
So 1, 2, 3.
Look at the root system. It has a lot better root system.
Nice root system.
Nice root system.
All these.
I need to cut them off so I'm not picking them up. Well, I'm thinking, got some thorns in them. Well, that thing's hard as a rock.
That means they are ready.
They're ready.
So the root system was better.
It had a fantastic root system on it. Now, I don't like what I see right there.
What's going on with that one?
It looks like a pickle worm or something got in that one.
Tried to get into it.
Well, he's in it, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so we got to pay attention to that one.
Going through them, we're going to have to pay attention to that. Okay, there's the next plant. All right.
Okay, so 2 kind of small ones. 5, no electroculture on those. Electroculture here. The plants are bigger. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one had electroculture. You hadn't got all the plants. No, this one had none.
Had none.
So it's got some pretty good sized ones on it.
Yeah, it's got some decent.
But it was in between the 2 electroculture.
Culprit right there.
Yep.
Right there. Squash bug.
All right. It was in between the 2 electroculture.
Here's the other electroculture right here.
Yeah. So you had one plant in between, and
Yeah.
now this
This one. Stick it beside your little squashes there.
on the south side, right?
Yeah.
And so these two are the same size. We're just going to see what happens.
Okay, now this one is a big plant. So we've got to isolate here. This one broke off right here.
Some of them are small, some of them are big. So we're finding.
I'm just going to take this out piece by piece.
Oops, it rolled.
This plant is so large, I'm just going to have to. It's a big old plant.
That was smart.
There's a bird in that nest. I didn't even know there was a nest there.
That bird didn't like it either.
Yeah, it was a red bird. And that bird stayed there the whole time.
Till you messed with
I
it.
messed with it. Okay.
All right, these three are part of that now.
Okay,
You
cut
want
this off. This ain't one of them. All right, now comes the tricky
Fun
part. Trying
time.
to figure out what's what here. Now this one, nothing on. Get rid of that one. I'm going to have to take them one at a time here. This is part of this same plant. It has nothing on it. Okay, now we're going to go to this one. This one's forked. There's nothing on that side. It goes up under here. Goes under this one. Down to right here. Okay, have one on it there.
It fell off, so that means they're really ready to come off.
There's that one. Stem soggy. That one looks like it's got holes drilled in it.
Yep, right here.
Okay.
We've got a worm or something that's been messing with that one, so we have to check some of these.
This one's still going.
And this is one of the things for a new property to figure out the animals. See, this one's okay. The creatures that,
See what's in the soil here, because we don't know. This is our first year. This was all woods. It was out on the edge of a pasture. It was just a wood line. Okay, now this is the roots of it.
look at the roots.
A good healthy root system, no root nematodes or anything. Okay, we got one right here.
Oh, that wad is part of it. That one's got to come off.
This is part of it.
What I'm noticing, it looks like one part produced more squash and the rest of the vines just put like one or two or none on.
I'm trying to make sure this is all what vine this is attached to. Because they've been interwoven here. This is why you don't weave your stuff.
Well, I was just keeping them out of the aisle so we could walk.
Okay, now this goes with that, which is all still part of the same system here. That's part of that plant. This is part of this one. This is this plant coming on down.
So that's the next plant.
There's these two.
Do they go to the next plant?
No, it ain't the next plant.
Oh, we're still on the same one?
Still on the same plant.
Which
here.
one to guess this ain't gonna stay?
That's a tongue nut. It's got to go.
Look at that. All tongue nuts. This was a tune-up field, just about it. Okay, is that still the same one, or is it?
Still the same.
Oh, it. Wow. And this was the Electroculture.
Yes.
We're still going with it.
There's nothing on it there. That one fell off. Well, that one. Oh, there's one. It's still going.
Got to get it out from under some of them.
It's still going. Okay, there's nothing down there.
Okay, that's the end of that one, but look how long it went. Whew.
That one went a long way.
All right, now this is how many we got off that one plant. Is there a difference?
Whew. That one's already.
That one's splitting because it was a little in the rain.
There's
and
the
it got
holes in it.
So some of these are going to have to be done.
Some of these
something
might be
with.
done with something with today.
Yeah. All right, next
here,
plant. This one's starting to bloom again.
Yeah, this is the next plant right here. Has no electroculture with it.
And it's got a good
It's
root
got a good
system.
root system. I can't say that it don't. It does. I mean, I'm not trying to be biased or anything. It just.
And it's got quite a few on it. But these things do make abundantly anyways. We've already proven that 3
Yeah.
years ago. A couple of years ago. I'll link a video. 5 plants, you got 55.
Yeah, 5 plants. I got 55 squash. Now, they were in a raised bed, and I fertilized the heck out of them.
I direct sowed these in April. And then we had a freeze after they come up, so I had to cover them. Or we had 2 freezes. I can't remember. Maybe 2. And I had to cover tiny, tiny plants out here, but these were direct sowed and new soil that Danny made up. And you put what, triple 13?
Yeah, I had triple 13 in my fertilizer distributor on my tractor.
Yes. And then after they come up, I covered them twice for freezes, and I'm talking down in the teen freezes. And then they survived that.
Yep. So,
I miracle growed them every week for about 3 or maybe 3 weeks, and it was raining every day. So I quit watering. I didn't water anything except for the miracle grow, and that's all they got. And then Danny came in one time, 2-3 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago and put phosphorus to them.
Put phosphorus to them, but they were almost about
They were
gone.
about dead then, but I just did it because I was doing it to everything else.
Yeah, so that's all the fertilizer they've gotten. That was it.
Okay.
But now Danny in his raised bed fertilized them every week religiously like clockwork.
Yeah. So
There's
no electroculture on this one.
No electroculture. And there's 2 good squash and a lot of vine. Plus it's trying to root down here and go again, isn't it?
Yeah, it's trying to go again. It had a lot of vine,
but no
fruit.
No fruit. I mean, look at the vine, but it could have started again if we'd have left it. But we're cleaning up.
Yeah, it's all over with as far as we're concerned. We're going into the
heat of the summer, and we don't want to have to water. The rain usually waters everything, and we don't have to water very often.
Yeah. Now,
this is the same plant, just going a different direction.
We're going to go in a different direction with it this time. One right here. Now this.
Nothing on it.
Well, I still might have some more here. Let me see.
No, I mean on the long trindles, there's nothing on them.
Nothing on them. Big plant.
So far 3 off all that. Okay.
Nice root system though.
And it had a good root system.
No nematodes or nothing like that. I see a vine borer been in it right there.
So we did have one of those.
That's because we didn't put any liquid phosphorus or fish emulsion or anything to this. We do put it to that over there.
Yeah, these just really had very little maintenance to them.
Yeah. Now, there ain't no root right here. So let's just look down, find the root on this one. It's right here. Now this one has no electroculture.
Okay.
There's it. squash bug right there.
So now we're finding some bugs and worms.
Yep. So it don't keep insects off.
No.
There's one. Two. Here's also another vine from the same plant. A lot smaller.
Yeah. All right, no electroculture on these.
Yeah, root system on it though.
All right, so same plant?
Yep, same
okay.
plant.
Is it same as this one or?
Yep, same
okay.
as that one.
We'll come back. This one, no electroculture. There's one there. One there. All right, so, and sporadically 1, 2, 3. And then we get, here's the electroculture right here.
Oh, you found one?
Yes. Okay. So you saw all down there, that's what we have with no electroculture. All right,
I see it beside.
starting here is electroculture.
Is there a plant here though?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, back to the electroculture. Let's get this one. That one. There's one right there. Here's the other part of it. Good root system. No insects. I think that's it.
Okay. But look how long these vines got crazy. But
Yeah, they went
okay, is that all the plant or you hadn't pulled?
That's all the plant. This one had a lot of vines going in a lot of different directions.
Yeah.
Some of them had something on them, some of them didn't.
So that one probably is as equal to the one with the electroculture as far as amount and
Yeah.
size of some of them.
And this vine comes on down
All the way.
all the way to right here. Yeah. This one off, nothing. This one off, nothing. This one off. Goes up under this one.
It's got one. So it needs to go back here to this one.
The other part of it right here. That one right here. And one of them rolled off of it up yonder.
Right here.
Yeah. Seen it a while ago whenever I was.
So these 3 came off that plant.
Oh, I drug one from the electroculture kind of something right there.
Okay. Let's put it back. Being even.
Okay, and then the rest of this.
There ain't nothing on it, are there?
Yeah, there's one down there.
A 1. On this whole plant, there's 1.
No, that's the same plant.
Okay. All right, so no electroculture, no electroculture, electroculture, no electroculture,
This is no.
no electroculture. They seem to have put a lot of vines on.
Okay, that was all on that one.
2.
Very little root system, look at that. Very little.
Yeah. No electroculture.
Well, that corn smells good.
Oh, don't it?
All of a sudden.
The wind just shifted and we smell corn
All
everywhere.
you smell is corn. It smells good.
Okay, y'all see that? And I see some ears that are looking amazing. Look at this. Let me see if I can get y'all up there where y'all can see that corn. We'll get over there. We'll do a quick update in a minute.
That one's green. It ain't never gonna make nothing.
No.
You don't need even taking it off.
So
That's all. I got the end of another one here.
yeah. That's all of that one. No electroculture on.
Electroculture.
Some good size ones on this. And again, not near what we had 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh no.
2 or 3 years ago, they were twice this size.
Twice this size. Yeah.
But these are the Small Wonder from Hoss Tools. They are a hybrid, and they do produce abundantly.
Yeah, I would encourage anybody to grow these.
If you're a single person or 2 people, this is more than enough spaghetti for a meal.
Oh, yeah.
And they last for, you know, 3 or 4, maybe 3 months.
This one goes way down yonder, so I'm going to have to lay it off to the side. Okay, guys, we have finished taking all these spaghetti squash vines out. I'm going to give an honest conclusion about it, and I'm going to give my reasons why. I'm not 100% sure that the electroculture was actually beneficial to the spaghetti squash. And I'm going to tell you why. Because at every leaf node, there is a root that comes out that goes into the ground. So the plant's not totally dependent upon the mother root system at the base of the plant where we put the electroculture. Now up front, yes, they did take off and they did grow tremendously, but once they laid there and the vines began to put on roots at every node of the leaves, then from that point forward, there was no electroculture used for the plant. So is electroculture springs beneficial for vining plants that lay on the ground like say a pumpkin, a squash, winter squash, something like that lays on the ground and runs? I'm not sold yet on the fact that it's beneficial for that, because it has so many root systems down the vine that it literally isn't dependent, like I said, upon the mother root system where the copper coil is at. What we did notice was where we had the copper coil at, even though it wasn't that plant, the other ones were running past it. When one of the vines would come past it and put the root system in within that 3-foot radius of where that copper coil was at, we had more spaghetti squash in that circle than we did where there was none sporadically down through the field at. So it did work in one sense, but I'm not 100% sold on the fact is it beneficial for the whole crop. Now, what I would say is maybe next year when we do it, wherever there's a plant at, we'll run a copper wire above the ground and come in and go in the ground at every plant down through there, so that the wire is up above it and it's encompassing the whole row all the way down. And that may be our next experiment to see how it works. This corn has a power line running across the very end of the cornfield down yonder. And underneath that power line, I have put this 7.5 foot high deer fencing completely around this cornfield. Now this deer fencing is made out of nylon. Nylon conducts static electricity because women's pantyhose, I mean, there have been experiments done with this for years, how that they create static electricity on a woman and suck her dress into her and all that kind of stuff. This whole garden here, not only is it using the electroculture inside the garden, it's completely encompassed, but this fence completely surrounds this whole garden with nylon running underneath a power line up yonder, which is conducting electro frequencies down. And with the lightning storms and all we've been having and everything, the static electricity inside this, I'm actually working on trying to get some ohm meter readings and stuff like that from just different things to see how much static electricity is being produced and all that kind of stuff, because I feel like that this nylon fencing around the garden has played a tremendous benefit in the growing of the corn and the production. I mean, look at the cucumbers right there. They're literally 2 foot, less than 2 foot from that nylon fence. Yes, I have an electroculture at the plants on them. They are beautiful, disease-free. The ones laying out in the garden out here on the dirt are eat up with disease and no electroculture on them whatsoever. So I'm trying to put this whole concept together in my mind and say, from this point forward, next to the nylon fence, do I plant things like vining, things like cucumbers and all? Do I keep them next to the nylon fence out here because of the static electricity that's being created? And even on the cattle panel, I took some of Wanda's pantyhose and I tied them in stages across the cattle panels. And guys, we've harvested more cucumbers off them things than we know what to do with. We've given cucumbers away. Wanda's made pickles. We've done everything in the world with a cucumber you can do with it. And they're still loading up with cucumbers and no disease. Zucchinis are still producing abundantly. They have the electroculture right beside the south side of them. They're still producing. The ones that don't have it right here, they're really far behind. They're small plants. The ones that do have it, they have zucchinis starting to come up on them again. We have harvested zucchinis till we're almost sick of zucchinis.
So this one has just started.
This one's just started.
We've
with no electroculture.
We've got a couple off of it.
We've got 2.
And this one we've harvested probably 10 or 12.
Yeah, we've got 10 or 12 off of that one, at least.
And it's going again.
Yes, it is going wild.
Now, which ones are these?
These, see, here's the electroculture here. These all in here. These things, we have harvested so many off of here. I mean, we're tired of them almost. And this little plant here is just now beginning to put a few on after the others have almost wore themselves out.
And we got bees.
Yeah, we got plenty of bees. We're not worried about bees. I mean, they're all bearing some fruit, but the ones with the electroculture is bearing like double the amount, where there's an isolated root system that's not rooting on a vine out there somewhere. Now, like the sweet potatoes, we've been asked from people, can we use electroculture on the sweet potatoes? I don't think it would be that beneficial because they root all over the place. Now, I can't say that for 100% because if you put it right at the base of the plant where it makes most of its potatoes at, there's a good possibility that it might deter wireworms and stuff like that in the soil. I don't know. I'm just being honest. I do not know because I have not tested it yet in the sweet potatoes. Now the okra is doing fairly okay. This is the 2 that don't have any electroculture on them.
This is white okra.
Yep. Now there's one here that's actually ready. Now this is one that does have the electroculture here.
And this plant's always been bigger than any of the others.
And we have harvested a lot of okra off of this one. I mean,
we had fried okra last night.
Miss Wanda wants some for boiling, so I'm going to get her. She likes the little small ones like this. I'm going to start taking her some off for her boiling. These are all loaded up here.
But you can see the plants get littler.
Yes, they get a lot littler. I'm going to wait a day on that one. I'm going to wait a day on this one.
Okay, we got another worm.
We've got one here somewhere. This is too bright green.
Yep, I see him right here. Look, right in here.
Huh?
Right there.
Oh, there he is.
Another one of them big worms.
That's a big old
tomato worm. Show him the tomato worm, what he looks like.
This is a tomato hornworm. We actually have videos about these.
Yeah, we do have a tomato hornworm video.
Yeah. I knew I seen them fresh droppings. I said,
now this is without electroculture, and something we've noticed now. I bought these plants, and they're supposed to be celebrity. I got 2 of them.
Yeah.
And they have these little bubbles on the bottom of some, and some don't. Like one of them has flat bottom, one has a bubble on the bottom. Celebrities is not supposed to have that little point, is it?
I don't know, to be honest with you.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
We've got both.
We've got
flat and the points on them. Now this one with no electroculture,
it's got a lot of tomatoes on it.
It's got a lot.
It's got a lot.
But they're small and they're already turning.
Yeah, they're not large.
They're all starting to turn. This has the electroculture rod.
Yes.
The plant, the green is just amazing. We did find a huge hornworm on it, but other than that, Most of these are flat, but
Yeah, but look at the size. I mean,
look at the size of them. Twice the size as the others.
yeah.
And then I noticed here some of these are starting to put the bubble on, or the point. So we have flat and pointed on both plants.
Yeah, these down here when they started off weren't pointed like that.
No.
Only when they got up to the top part of the plant.
The top part's starting to point.
Have they got that little point on them. So that's kind of interesting. We just notice odd things like that as we go along.
Yeah, but this one, except for the tomato hornworm this morning, has stayed pretty healthy, as opposed to that one behind Danny there.
Most of the leaves have had to be taken off of it because of disease.
Yeah.
This one here, we've had to take a few, but not a lot.
You can see the difference.
And both of them are determinants, which means they're going to put on all their tomatoes, supposed to now, put all their tomatoes on and then get ripe all at once and be over. But this one,
it's putting on lots of new little ones.
Put on new little ones, which is, I'm kind of beginning to even question that. I'm like, what is going on here?
And these are not turning yet. They may today start turning, as opposed to those over there are all looking really light yellow and pinkish looking. These are still really green.
Okay, I finally got back to my we don't know tomatoes out of my high tunnel, and I tied them up this morning. Okay, I finally got them up out of the dirt. Got this one tied up. Now this one's still got dirt all over the leaves of it. But I got them picked up.
They got blooms everywhere. And these have the electroculture rods around a fiberglass
electric fence
post.
Wound clockwise now.
Starting at the bottom, you wound them clockwise.
So this is the one I figured would have been dead by now. But I'm going to give it a chance.
We actually got a tomato off of it. We ate.
Yeah, I actually got one. Now this one here, you come around from this side. I picked this one up off the dirt this morning too. It's covered up in dirt everywhere.
But look at the tomatoes.
Look at all the tomatoes on it.
And this was just a sucker sprout.
Yes, out of the miracle. We don't know what kind of tomato it is out of the greenhouse. I mean, we think it come from a celebrity because the seeds come out of my worm castings.
But now, if the other celebrities, they've got a little bit of a point. Not much, not like the others, but these are flat.
Yeah.
So some of them have a touch of a point, and some of them have no point.
This one's little starting out.
It's got a point.
It's got a point on it.
So celebrities may supposed to, I don't know.
I don't know, but I'm trying to, since I picked it up just then, I'm seeing I got a few diseased leaves laying in that dirt like that.
Need to come off.
They need to come off before it spreads up the plant. That's one of the things you want to do. And it's my fault for leaving them laying in the dirt out here, because you can see the dirt all over them. Disease forms on the ground like that, and it climbs up the plant. I've been so busy, I haven't had time to get over here and actually tie them up till this morning. Now this is the eggplant that we thought we just gave up on it until we put the electroculture rod by it. And it's there somewhere. I know, there it is right there. It's right here on the south side of the plant. Within 2 to 4 inches of the plant. Don't go sticking it because it's got a 3-foot radius. Don't think it's going to do good way out there at 3 feet from the plant. That's not true. But
it's blooming like crazy.
It's blooming like crazy. And I mean, grasshoppers have been on it right here, I see. But
yeah.
I'm hoping we get a few eggplants off of it, because we pull some of the bottom leaves off. We lay them back around the ground on them because the plant takes up what it needs to survive and it stores it in the leaves, and we put the leaves back around them. When they decompose, it puts what the plant needs back into the soil. That's just a little secret that we use here. We don't talk about it all the time.
We do it mainly with okra and stuff.
Yeah, we do a lot of it with okra and eggplants and stuff like that. Quick update on the Danny corn. We had a pretty heavy little thunderstorm come through yesterday evening with some wind. Luckily, it didn't blow anything down hardly. I haven't been through the whole field, but just looking through
just
yonder
looking,
now,
I don't see any.
I don't see a lot. I see one way down in yonder, but that's about it. One over here I see. And it was a little, it's stalks I should have took out to start with, and I didn't. But I can reach 8 foot. Y'all know that, I told you. I can reach 8 foot. The first corn is at 8 foot. The next one is above 8 foot up yonder. So,
and it's a good size ear.
It's a pretty good size ear on it. I mean, this corn's not for short people, I guess. I'm guessing that if a short person would feel like they're in a jungle if they went in here. Look at this. Look at the length of this one here. Now here's where it come out at right here. I'm gonna pull it out where you can see it. It came out right here. I can't quite reach it. Okay, we're talking about to the pit of my arm. From the tip of my finger.
Isn't that crazy?
To the pit of my arm right there.
We've never had it do that before.
My arm is, I mean, we're talking about that long. We're talking about 3 feet.
So what's causing it to do that?
I don't know. My corn has never done that before. And this one's the same way. Oh, I squeezed it. Water comes out from the rain. It come out right here.
So that's keeping its water so you don't mess with it.
Come up and went all the way up to here.
But look at this one, how full it's already getting. Look.
Look at that.
I mean, that, and even see the tassels are trying to start dying.
They're trying to turn brown on it already.
So I hope that pollinated, since we've got all this up in the top here.
I mean, look at, here's another one. Here, this is what I'm talking about right here. Look at this. I've never had corn. The corn's actually right there. Look at that. I've never had my corn do that before.
And yeah, we've never had that many sucker sprouts.
No, I had anywhere between 2 and 4 sucker sprouts per stalk. I've never had that happen before. I mean, I always had around 1, 2 occasionally. This year I had up to 4 on every plant. Now, we saw a document where when you encompass a field with the electroculture, that they can grow up to 4 and 5 sucker sprouts on it. And we're wondering this year, being as we put the fencing all the way around this thing, this nylon fencing,
and have the power line.
And have the power line under it right yonder, did that play a factor in it? I mean, we're just, guys, we're trying to figure this thing out too as we go, because I have never had 4 sucker sprouts come up on my corn at one time.
And we didn't leave any that you know of, or
no, I pretty much went through the whole field and got most of it out. But I can show you, we talked about brace roots on one of our videos. I want, if we can get in here. Here's one of our stalks here. Now this is a little bitty one. We got brace roots right here. Oh, they're sticky. We got brace roots at this node. It's like sugar cane. We got brace roots at this node. You come on up, we got brace roots starting up here. I mean, guys, this is 2 foot up. The brace roots are coming out. I've never had it come out that high.
Only the ones like 2 or 3 inches from the ground.
Yeah, I mean, I've had them up to 8 inches before from the ground, but I've never
had them 2 feet.
Not 2 feet off the ground. I've never had them coming out up that high. I mean, this is just, I'm seeing things that I've never seen, like these down here. This I'm used to right here. These come out and they secrete, that's slimy and sticky, boy, real sticky. The sugar, these things drip sugar off onto the soil all around it here to fertilize the plant and to cause the microbes to really grow in the soil. Look how wicked looking some of this is. That's the brace roots that's on my Danny corn. But then now look up here. This one, I'm gonna put my finger right on it. Look right there. See it dripping? That's sugar dripping off of that.
It's amazing.
It's dripping it around the plant there for it to actually have nutrients. And look, this looks like a tarantula. Look at the different colors. Isn't that kind of crazy looking?
Danny's standing one back up that blew over. But overall, I mean, these ears up here are starting to fill out. I mean, they're looking nice.
Yeah, some of these are making some pretty nice ears. I mean, they're starting to really do good.
So,
I mean, some of them are,
look how nice.
Some of them are really good ears going down through here. It's amazing. You start looking at, I mean, look at them, how they, that ear, I can't even reach around it. I mean, it's already, and it ain't even ready. I'm just excited. If we can keep this stuff from falling down, I'm excited about the harvest we're going to get off of this. Keep the animals and nature off of it, we'll do good. Wow, guys, we come down through here looking at our pink-eyed purple hull peas. Look at this. They're already blooming. They got blooms on them. Look at that.
And runners.
And look at the long runners coming on here. Isn't that nice? The patch, beautiful. I mean, dark, luscious green. It's just, if I had known they would do like this, I'd probably plow up a whole nother place and plant. They ain't telling how many more. I mean,
we'd be giving away peas.
Well, we probably would, but I mean, I just love growing stuff. I mean, and I love it when it produces. I mean, this time of the year, you have a lot of problems with aphids and, you know, well, they call it lice, but it ain't nothing but aphids, on this kind of stuff. And man, it just...
Right now, it's pretty.
Beautiful right now.
It's been hot for 2 weeks, and then we got 3 days of rain, which has helped.
3 days of afternoon rain showers. Really good.
So people asked, how do we water our gardens? We really don't here at Deep South.
We let God water it.
We water only if it gets to 2 weeks and no rain.
Yeah.
And then we start watering.
That's true. Okay, guys, we went and started taking 5-gallon buckets, picking them up. We kind of got a little bit shocked here. We only brought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 5-gallon buckets. We thought that'd be plenty. Well, we've got 15 in each bucket, and then we still got 25 left laying on the ground here. So we've got 100 of them. That is more than we know what we're going to do with.
I think neighbors are fixing to get spaghetti squash.
Well, we're going to do some research and find out how many, if they can go in the walk-in cooler. Because right now we have onions and potatoes in the walk-in cooler, and pecans. So we're going to see if that 42-degree temperature will hurt the spaghetti squash, or if they'll hold at that temperature.
If not, somebody getting some spaghetti.
If not,
we go into town and start dishing out spaghetti
we're going to start giving some
squash.
spaghetti squash to somebody.
I knew a few people in town could use some, don't you?
I know a few people who could use them, yeah. I mean, this is crazy. But we're going to wash them, every one. And some of them had some pickle worm holes I saw in them. Those are going to be the very first ones that we go through and check to see how they're doing. And then once we do that, whatever's left, we'll make decisions with them from that point on. Thank you guys from Deep South Homestead. Well guys, we just got through picking in the garden here. We got a pile of stuff. And I want to say it's partially because of the deer fencing we got here from Grower Solutions. This stuff is 8 foot high, and literally it has protected our whole garden. It is around this whole field. I put it around the whole field, and it has been a blessing about keeping the critters out of our garden. So we'll have a link in the description down below. If you're interested in this deer netting, it's done fantastic for us, is all I can say. So guys, if you're interested in it, check out the link in the description down below. Grower Solutions. Grow yourself some food and protect it with the deer fencing.